Hi, and welcome to the 10 square meter workshop. Today I'm making another attachment for my router table. More after this. Followers of my channel will know that I fitted a DRO, that's a digital readout, to my router lift system. See the link below. That allows me to easily and accurately set my bit height. But what about fence adjustment? That can be just as critical. I use this digital gauge to set the distance, but it can be awkward and fiddly to move the fence while holding the gauge. The answer is a micro adjust. There are many designs for these available, but they all seem too complex and too involved to fit. I wanted a simple device that was very quick to fit to encourage me to use it. Here then is my design build.
Here is a closer look at the gauge that I use. I made the main parts from this piece of 5/8 brass, but it could have been made from steel, aluminium, nylon, or whatever comes to hand. If you have a 3D printer, you could print them. I have a lathe, so I will be turning them, but they could be made without, just cutting to length with a saw. I turned 10mm pegs on the two parts. One is 18mm higher than the other because that's the height of my fence base. They are then center drilled, followed by through drilling, the shorter one 6mm in size and the longer 5mm. The 5mm hole is then tapped with a 6mm tap. A length of 6mm threaded bar is then needed, plus 4 nuts and a couple of washers. It's assembled as shown. A star wheel and nut is then used to make an adjusting control on the end. My fence is constructed of MDF, and I drilled two 10mm holes, one in the fence and the other in the table. Fitting the tool is extremely simple. With the fence lock wheel slack, the pegs are pushed into the holes. That's it. To use, first move the other end of the fence away from the cutting side until the gauge is getting close to the desired value. Then part tighten the far fence lock. Rotate the tool control anti-clockwise until the reading is exactly right, and tighten both fence locks. Job done. Be left in place most of the time, but if removed, I push the tall part into the fence hole to store it. Such a tool needs to be close to hand to make sure you always use it.
I find that this tool means that I set the fence position much more accurately in less time than previously. I recommend, if you have a router table, you have a similar device. The time taken to make one is soon saved, and your work will be more accurate. That's all for this time. Don't forget to subscribe for more. Bye for now.